Olivia, you can go ahead. Thank you for coming back.
Sorry about that. So we also have asset management, change management, project management, and knowledge management. Now, there are best practices governing the different processes of each category. And an example is a computer running out of space, which is an incident, and the hard drive capacity being inadequate is the underlying problem. Now, the IT support team in larger organizations simply handle incidents that are much more complex and send problems over to the dedicated problem management team. Now, looking at what an ITSM tool is, it is simply a software used to deliver IT services, and it can be a standalone software or a suite of applications consisting of multiple apps to perform various functions. Now, an ITSM tool can perform multiple functions like the incident management, which handles service requests, the problem management, and change management, to name a few. And an ITSM tool will consist of a configuration management database that acts as a storage or a data warehouse for storing information about your IT environment and all that. So how do you select an ITSM tool? Now, it is not just an IT decision why you decide to select an ITSM tool, but it affects the entire business, since there are multiple stakeholders in selection of an ITSM tool. So before you select, there are some couple of questions you need to ask yourself. What is the problem you're trying to solve? What are your business ITSM requirements? What do you expect from your ITSM tool? Now, for the problem you're trying to solve, if you go back to the basics, look at what's missing from your existing ITSM processes, what you can do to improve the delivery of your IT services, and where would an ITSM tool fit into this? And for what do you expect from your ITSM tool? The expectation of your ITSM tool would largely depend on your business current processes. And if you're using multiple third-party applications, you would expect your ITSM to integrate with all of them. And if you have many workflows, you expect workflow automation. And after you answer these questions, you have narrowed your search enough to select an ITSM tool. Now, ITSM versus ITIL. Understanding the difference between ITSM and ITIL is really important. Now, ITIL is the most commonly used ITSM framework, but it's just one of the ways of doing ITSM. And the easiest way to describe the difference is to think of a goldfish and saying a goldfish is a fish, but not all fish are goldfish. So ITIL is ITSM, but not all ITSM is ITIL. And for that reason, a business might be using ITSM but not using ITIL. They might be using no recognized ITSM framework or standard, or they might be using frameworks like COBIT, which is a framework for governing and management of enterprise IT, or ISO 20000, which is the international standard for service management, or Microsoft Operations Framework, which is a series of guides for creating, implementing, and managing effective and cost-efficient IT service, or the Universal Service Management Body of Knowledge, or lastly, the Business Process Framework. Now, only by deploying integrated processes and technology, the next generation IT service and support organizations will maximize operational cost management benefits and customer satisfaction. So what are the benefits of IT service management? It helps you reduce costs, improve the quality of service, improve customer satisfaction, improve governance, which reduce risks, increase competitive advantages, improve flexibility, and much more. Now, If your business has more than a handful of employees, and even if one of you is a designated IT guy, you're already doing ITSM in a small way. But as your business grows, you might need to bring in more mature processes to get more benefit out of your investment. Now, we talked about the ITSM processes in IT, which I explained deeply in my YouTube video, which you can watch. You just have to search me on YouTube. I was able to explain much more of this, even if I rushed. And the take home, I would actually say is, yes, you're the IT guy, you've not heard of ITIL, but you need to know that you're doing ITSM in the small way, in a small way that you are doing. Okay, my time is up. So thank you everyone for listening in. I just hand over to the next speaker.
Oliver, thank you for the wonderful presentation on ITIL. Yeah, thank you very much.